Hey, Hog Nation, welcome to 2025 Media Day. We had the cross country boys and girls show up. Man, a lot of great information, a
Yes.
lot of motivation from the kids, Coach. I'm telling you. But before we start, I'd like to introduce our coaches for cross country.
Hi, I'm Coach Garza. I will be doing junior high. Coach Sonia Perez, high school and junior high head cross country coach.
Raquel Roiz, assistant coach for junior high and high school.
Coaches, welcome to the Other Guys Sports Show. It
Yes.
seems like we did this last year.
It feels like it was just yesterday.
I know, right? So, how's it looking this year? You were talking to me earlier that you had so many kids join cross country. It's just something that's been blowing up and blowing up. Kids want to run, Coach.
Yes.
It's the best sport.
I think it's in our DNA, here in Cruz City to come on to run.
Oh yeah. If anything, I was telling the kids that cross country has one of the richest tradition in reaching state in a lot of levels, state and compared to other sports, So they're pretty excited, and that's all they talk about. And it's a great mentality to have as young kids, as young runners, that they can get there, and that is great.
Absolutely.
So, Coach, take me. What do you see out there?
Well, right now we started with 41 kids, and we're down to 36. School hasn't started, so I know that the first week we're going to have a few more. So 36 still is a big number at high school level. So this is boys and girls, and at the
Only
junior
high school. Wow.
Yes, in junior high right now we have a little over 40, but they're just doing the conditioning, the strength and conditioning, and they're looking pretty good. But the high school boys and girls, this past week we had time trials, and it looks like a really good season. It looks promising.
Wow.
I'm done.
We had our runners already running under 5 minutes, and
That is really good.
and the like 450s,
Right.
445s, and then in the low fives, and then we had some six, in there like 610, 615, 630s. Of course, we want them, the faster that they can get on that mile, the better chance they're going to have in breaking a 13-minute or a 12-minute
Right.
2 mile, or breaking an 18-minute in the 5K, running a 17-minute, a 16-minute, hopefully under 16 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's our goal, and we've been training hard on that, on the mile intervals also with the distance. Not high mileage yet. We're working more on a slower pace. But since we don't have inclines here, we've been hitting the stairs at the old gym. So, and that's been working. Like, we're doing our long segments in there. So, and they're sore. Every time that they go in there, the next day, they're like, we're sore. I said, but you've been doing this. And they're like, but we're still sore because they're getting faster and faster and faster.
Right, right.
So
They're building.
pushing.
That's what
Yeah,
it-
they
their,
are.
their
Yes.
body's letting them know.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned the junior high. Does the junior high starts a little later than high school? on
Yes,
cross country?
yes, they do. They can't start the official practice until the first day of school.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I see.
But right now they can continue until the first day. They can continue with strength and conditioning, and that's what they've been doing.
Right.
So when it starts, do they also at the same day during high school? Is that a different day in junior high?
Like
Practice
competition?
starts first
For-
day?
exactly for the competition. Exactly
Oh no, they'll
during the.
travel on the same dates.
Okay,
They'll have the
okay.
same competitions, except like this coming Saturday we'll be going to
Floresville.
Floresville. Junior high can't run.
Okay.
And then the following will be in San Antonio at a San Antonio night lights.
Mm-hmm.
Junior high can't run. Junior high's opening meet will be here in Crystal City, August the 30th, and it will be the 12th annual Ricardo Gallegos
Okay.
Invitational.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yes.
And a lot of kids, we asked them where their favorite place was to run, and they all mentioned Crystal. They go, we love it
Yeah.
here. Our family's here. The support is here. So, man, great job on starting
you.
that tradition of running here in Crystal. Before we didn't have it, but now that we do, and it's great. It's a
I
great
don't know,
thing.
and it's growing. So
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
it's
Um,
nice to see.
And
It's exciting, and it's I put out a little clip for the runners in our sports U because we had the time trials, and we've had 3 time trials already, and it looks like a promising season. Of course, we haven't competed in a 5K or in an actual 2 mile, but the times are telling us that we're going to be a lot faster than last year.
wow.
a lot faster.
So that is
and
promising.
That is,
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Let me ask. Sorry, Bobby. Let me ask. Last year, tell us last year you went to the Garner. How was the experience there on the Garner during the over there? I know some of the kids. There's some positive.
Yeah,
There's some negative.
there was some mix.
Mixed emotions on the corner skate park. They're like, we were jumping on rocks across.
Yes, it was a really challenging course. There was a lot of rocks, and there were steep inclines. And some of and even the hosting school told us that they have to walk on the steep slopes because they're kind of narrow. So we weren't expecting that, and but it was a good meet overall. It was
Sure.
a good meet. It was challenging. Yes, I mean they weren't used to the rocks or the narrow steep, but
Right.
it was okay.
That was okay.
The exposure was good.
Yes.
So let me ask you, Coach. On Floresville, a lot of schools are going. They were saying like 50 plus schools are going.
Well, I counted last night 75.
Jeez.
plus.
Wow.
Yes.
But in a way, it's kind. You want to run against
Yes.
good teams. You
But
want
they
to
have
push.
a lot of divisions, so
So they're going to divide them.
yes, and they're capped. So he capped it at 300 runners per division.
Okay.
So, but there's a lot of divisions.
Right. Right. So what can you tell me about that course? What kind of course are we looking at?
We've been there before about, I would say, 2-3 years ago. We went to the Floresville meet, and it's a good course. It's challenging. It's grassy. There's no asphalt. So it's going to be a good picture of what we need to work on to continue
Okay.
getting up there,
Right.
progressing.
Good deal. Good deal. Now the girls. It seems like the girls. They're pretty seasoned runners. The girls.
Yes.
They got some new girls that are running for the first time ever.
Yes.
How are they managing? Have you seen that they're keeping up with the older girls? Or are they falling a little behind?
I have Coach Roiz answer.
Yes. So we can say that they're new to cross country,
Right,
but
yeah.
not new to running.
Right, exactly.
We have some very experienced track.
That's what they're saying. They're
runners.
sprinters.
Right.
And-
So how do you transition that from sprint to more like long
Long
distance?
distance,
Is that a challenge by itself?
it can be a challenge, especially
'Cause they want to
if-
sprint
if-
fast. And
especially building up the endurance. So that's where we're at right now with some of them. It's just taking some extra time on their own too, and I've
Right.
seen some of them running on their own, and I
Right.
tell them, hey, I saw you running this weekend, or I saw you running out there. So it's taking them a little bit longer to get the endurance, but they're showing very promising talent.
that's
as
good.
well.
well,
to hear.
those new girls were like they were very motivated. They're like they like it. And I go, yeah, we actually love running. They go, it's very different because before it's like run fast. This one's a little bit more strategic running. You got to find your pace. You got to find where you can peak. So they're really loving the part of that. So
Yeah, they
that's
have the right. They show they have the right mindset as far as developing. So I was excited for that.
Oh yeah,
And another thing, I was real impressed. We talked about their diet, how well they eat. I was real impressed. They were answering all the right things. Wow, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So that
Team that
comes
back
to
in the
the-
days, nobody cared. I don't know if they back then. Did you care?
no. Remember Coach Blair would take us and
For a golden.
no pizza. it was a pizza, load up on pizza and carbs and everything. And it was, I could finish a whole pizza, believe it or not. Everybody had an individual pizza because, of course, you burn like 3,000 calories in just cross country over here. So you had room for pizzas. But anyway, the boys, young group of guys. I think there's only one senior there. The other ones are sophomores and juniors. So
Well, we do have more seniors. They weren't here this morning taking
Okay.
the pictures. They're
Okay.
probably getting here right now because they are in football. We have Eric Garcia, senior.
Okay.
And
Okay.
We
Oh, he's gonna be
have,
running.
we have Christopher Mena, senior, also running.
nice.
So, yes, we do have a few other seniors.
Nice. But they had the right mentality. They're like, we want to run. We like the competition. They like passing people mentally. They go, we want to go in there and get some, take over the course sometimes, which is great. And coming from young kids, sophomores and juniors, that they're in the right mindset right now.
And
Yes.
another thing we talked about is the mental aspect of running. And I was real impressed with some of the answers they were saying. Can you kind of elaborate the mental game of long distance running on that?
Yes.
So we do tell them that it's mind over matter.
Right.
Especially when we haven't hit the long runs yet. Like Coach mentioned, that's going to come a little later. But once you defeat yourself in anything, right? It's really hard to come out of that or to beat that in the moment. So if we tell them days before, like Thursday's going to be the long run day, just as an example, they're asking, well, how many miles?
Yeah.
And sometimes we withhold that because it can be, they can defeat themselves with that. But on the days that we go on the long runs, we do tell them, just stay in the right mindset, keep your splits, make sure that you're breathing, that you're not losing focus, that you keep your arms moving the way they should be, and just stay positive.
Yeah, that's good. And that's good. And then junior high, brand new runners sometimes, that's a challenge in itself because some don't even know how to really properly run. They're just flopping everywhere. So that's a challenge for you, Coach, bringing up these junior high kids up to high school as well.
Well, it does help that the junior high practices with the high school.
So they can see.
Yeah, so they're able to see good examples.
Yeah.
Good role models.
For sure, for sure.
And that's when I found out that aquí tengo something here today que scares me. They say, what the heck are you doing? Starts hurting.
Well, that happens to certain people in the
Yes,
bus.
no, but I later found out it was my breathing.
Yes, it has to,
I remember if I could do 6 laps, come on, back in high school, right? And then I'm like, I'm good. So I ran with somebody, like, hey, I can't go, bro. Like, this hurts. And I go, no, man, you gotta breathe through your nose, start through your mouth. And I'm like, oh, that is. So now when I do jog or run, now I can go for a long time, man.
That rare time you jog and run, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, rare.
When
I think I need to lose weight.
equipment-wise, girls said they had different shoes they liked. Some like Brooks, some like Nikes. Do you allow them to run on their specific shoes, or do you have specific shoes you prefer for them to run in?
We usually recommend what shoe for the parent to buy them, but the school gives us allows us money like to provide shoes for them. And then this year, the ABC, our athletic booster club, they ended up buying some shoes for the runners, and they allowed me to pick the shoes. And so we usually get the Nike Pegas, the Brooks, Glycerins are really good. Hokas are also really good.
Yes.
So those are the shoes that we provide for them. But if they feel that they need like a Saucony shoe or something different, the parent can always buy that shoe.
Of course.
But they run. The one pair of shoe does not last.
Oh no!
Right.
Because a pair of shoe you can like put like 200 to 300 miles depending, and so they'll go through 2 to 3 pairs of shoes through the season.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And if they've been running since June, I mean they need the 3 or 4 pairs.
Then how do you know when time to replace him? You feel them, or you just
And they're supposed to alternate them. So if they have 2 pairs of running shoes, like today, let's say I'm gonna run with my Hoka. The next day I'm gonna run with my Brooks. Okay.
Yeah.
If they have Brooks and Brooks, like the Glycerin, if they have 2 pairs one day, so they can like flare up again, like because they kind of flatten out.
Oh, really?
So you gotta let them sit.
What about terrain? Does it matter if it's more rocky or sandy? Does it matter on the shoe also?
Yes.
Yeah, you need several pair of shoes, Coach.
Wow, you pensé que one pair of shoes for the whole season or something like that. Wow, I didn't know that. It's interesting.
No. It's just different. Runners, that's your main equipment. Football players have their helmets and stuff like that, and this is different. This is just a whole. Your feet are your competitors.
You talked about arch support and all that.
Oh yeah, all that. But that's great. I mean, it looks like a great season this year,
Yes,
Coach.
Thank you.
Good luck this
Thank
year,
you.
and
Thank you so
hopefully see you out there near Austin area by the end of the time this is
That's our
over.
goal.
That's our goal. That's right. That's
Yes.
right. So from the Other Guys Sports Show, Hog Nation, thank you, coaches, cross
Thank you.
country. Good luck, and we'll see you out there in the cross country meets.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Hey, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you.
coaches.